Public Works and Infrastructure Minister Dean Macpherson has unveiled a project preparation bid window inviting applications for project preparation funding. The project preparation support is a first of its kind, set to expand the ability of construction projects to be implemented here in South Africa. The project preparation financing will be in energy, water and sanitation and transport, among other areas, in rapidly turning South Africa into a construction site. SABC News economics reporter Katlego Legodi is at that briefing for us and he's standing by. Thank you very much for joining us, Katlego. Tell us more.
A very good afternoon to you, Nompu, and to our viewers at home. You know very well that President Cyril Ramaphosa has been talking about turning South Africa into a construction site. It's been about 100 days of the Government of National Unity, and the minister at the helm here, looking at public works and infrastructure, is Minister Dean Macpherson. We see him today just teaming up with Infrastructure South Africa to give us a sense of the developments within his department. This is where then they announced this bid window around infrastructure project support. And this is where then we'll see them inviting most of those role players from the public and the private sector to come through and bid here where infrastructure projects are concerned. The minister is here with us, has been patient, and we're going to invite him into the conversation now to give us a sense of this launch here today. You're describing it as a first of its kind. It seems that the ball is really rolling where this turning South Africa into an infrastructure site is concerned. And we see you saying that there are various of those areas, energy, water, and sanitation, that you'd like to see most of these bidders come through to bid and work with the department in turning this into a reality. Welcome to the SABC.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you. It's obviously a very exciting day as we do something that's never been done before, which is create a bid window for various spheres of government, entities in government, and also private sector players that want to work with government to come to Infrastructure South Africa, to work with us to prepare, to package and put together credible, bankable infrastructure projects that can attract also private sector funding. So this has never been done before, so it's a real leap of faith that we're taking. But I think that the actions that we are taking today in this bid window is really going to turbocharge and accelerate the infrastructure program for this country, which we so desperately want to see, and which we believe can be a big contributor to not just only growth, but job creation as well.
You're targeting about a 1.5% in terms of economic growth coming through from infrastructure, but we know very well that you stepped into this position when there were a mammoth of challenges, one of them being the issue of the construction mafia, that will see them hampering some of these developments in terms of the rollout of these projects. Maybe give us a sense of how this is going to work and if this is going to really be addressed, the issue of the construction mafia, so that we don't see some of these bids then not even getting to their fruition because of the challenges on the ground.
Well, of course, the state has a role to play, and we must secure and protect our investment in construction sites. So that's the first thing that we all agree on. We are also very clear that working together with provincial governments and local governments and the SAPS, we can come with a common approach of how to eradicate the scourge in our country once and for all. Because if we are going to create that certainty and sustainability in infrastructure projects and financing, we need to be able to give the private sector guarantees that their investment is safe, that their projects will be delivered on time and on budget. There are, of course, a number of very difficult conversations and issues that we need to deal with, particularly around what some might call the set-aside rule, the 30% that has been hijacked and captured by the construction mafia, and there's no small or medium enterprise development or work being done, and so they are really losing out. So we need to address that. And on the 19th of November, we'll be holding a national construction summit in eThekwini, where we're all going to come around the table. We're going to have MECs from around the province. We have the National Police Commissioner, National Police Minister, other role players in the construction industry, and we are going to come up with a common plan, a common agreement, and then most importantly, a program of action on how to implement that so that we are able to protect investment and secure construction sites.
Let's go back to the bidding process and maybe give us a breakdown of how this is going to work. We know that you're targeting the 6th of December as the cutoff date. You've already made it clear that no late submissions would be allowed here. Just give us a sense of what your expectations would be between now and the 6th of December.
So we are making available 179 million rand in project preparation finance. So we will carry that cost. And then the various spheres of government, entities of government and private and public sector people that want to work together will be able to conceptualize their projects, particularly in places like water and sanitation, particularly in energy and transport. They will then come to us. They'll put those plans and ideas together. We will assess the viability of those plans. We'll have an adjudication committee with some very clever people in that space that will assess it. And then if we deem their project sufficient enough, the value being more than R1 billion, that's also another criteria, we will then select that to then be used towards the 179 million rand, which will then start putting the technical work into that project so that we make it feasible, number one, but number two, bankable, because we have to attract private sector capital into these projects. And if you just go there to anywhere in the world or locally and say, well, we'd like some money, you'll probably get turned away. If you allow Infrastructure South Africa and our team of people to define that project and make it into the way that banks like to view it, we have a better chance of being able to fund those projects. So this is really, it's revolutionary, if I can say. We've never made this available. It's never been done before. So I'm eagerly looking forward to the responses. And I really invite the three spheres of government, entities of government, SOEs of government, local government, to apply, to come and sit down and work with us so that we can help you deliver the infrastructure projects that you need either in your department, in your province, or in your town.
I know you've been working with municipalities as well in getting their house in order as well, but we're out of time. Really appreciate you giving us your time this afternoon. Minister Dean Macpherson, just giving us a sense of how things are going to roll out where this bid window is concerned. But very important is the 6th of December, whereby that cutoff date really would be applied. Also, we know very well that around March next year, that's when there will be an announcement from the minister around those that have made the cut in terms of this bidding process.